Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a video of me just going over what loadout I use for each individual class. It's actually been so many months since I made an updated loadout video. I haven't even done one in 2017. I think I did one in like the summer of 2016, so it's definitely been a while and a lot of changes have been made. So these are due to change, or like prior to change I suppose, due to the fact that I trade frequently. So the chances are, if I look back on this in 3 months, I probably won't have at least one of the unusuals or one of the strangers or something that I have here. So without further ado, let's get into our first loadout of the video. So I'm going to be going through each one of every class. So first off, we've got my scout. I have this strange unusual bonk boy with the effect of purple energy combined with a sunbeams brown bomber, which is all class. So I mean, this is really cool. I really like how purple energy and sunbeams looks, and of course I have the flakjack, which I will probably use in every single scout loadout ever, just because I really like how it looks. So purple energy and sunbeams go really well together in my opinion. I mean, they go better than purple energy and phantasm anyway, but no, that's not phantasm, that's ghosts. But it definitely does look really good together. I really like how the yellow comes out of the top of purple energy and then the yellow of the sunbeams. They really do contrast and just generally look good together. So I have this strange Australian scattergun that I've had for absolutely ages, possibly since the last one. Not a huge amount of kills on it. I don't really play too often, honestly, but like 1096 kills isn't really too bad. I will occasionally swap it out if I don't have transparent view models on for this current event scattergun is actually donated to me. So if I don't have transparent view models on, which is occasionally, I will swap it out for that cool skin. I've still got my Pro KS Lugamorph as featured in the last one, and then this strange Spec KS Pan, which I may occasionally swap out for. I may buy a Bat Saber at some point, I'm just not too sure. I don't feel like I'll warrant one, honestly. But that is my scout loadout. The weapons haven't really changed since the last one as far as I'm aware. Onto the soldier now. We've still got the Sunbeams Brown Bomber, really nice all class hat. It's clean and it just looks really good, honestly, especially on the soldier with the white bandana, just covers most of his face. So we've got the strange specialized kill streak original, which is fairly decent. I will occasionally swap it out for this Australian black box, and when rocket jumping I will probably just use like a, I don't know, like a strange Spec KS rocket launcher if I have one lying around. But I mean, yeah, the original is generally my go-to rocket launcher. I have the shotgun on, just this Pro KS strange shotgun for MGEs, but normally I will be using the gunboats just so I can rocket jump without taking a huge amount of damage. And then this Pro Killstreak escape plan, just because the escape plan for me is my favourite melee weapon for the soldier. I just feel like it's extremely beneficial, especially when you're in like a duel and you need to run and get health. I just feel like it's so useful. And then I've got the strange cold snap coat. I don't think I had a strange one in the last video. I think I just had a normal one, but I really like the cold snap coat, so I thought I might as well just pick myself up a strange one. So definitely a really cool item there. Going on to my Pyro, I have my generic Pyro loadout of the Burning Beanie, the Sub-Zero suit, and the Last Breath. That will probably never ever change. I don't think I'm ever going to sell this beanie for anything else. I have this cool Sunbeams Attendant, which is quite nice, but I don't really use it just purely because I have the Burning Beanie, which is like, you know, it's the PyroJoe hat, you know, so I don't think I will be changing that in any hurry. But I mean, the Sunbeams Attendant is definitely a nice hat, don't get me wrong, it's worth like nearly triple the beanie. I just prefer how the beanie looks, and it's like, it's my hat, isn't it? So I've got my Pro KS Degreaser that I got in a trade with Kadamono ages ago. I don't play a lot of Pyro, as you can probably tell. Strange Pro KS shotgun once again, and a professional killstreak power jack, just because I feel like the power jack is really useful with that increased movement speed. Onto the demo, I don't really play a huge amount of demo. I was recently using I started off using the lock and load, but now I just use the generic grenade launcher, just a blood bot killer, sticky bomb launcher, and a collector's Islander. I didn't rename it Sword Art Online. It was actually donated to me, and that was the name. I've never played Sword Art Online in my life, but I always get a few comments about it when I make a video of my demo. This unusual Scotch bonnet is Disco Beatdown. Of course, I'm not using the brown bomber. This was donated to me on a live stream. Everything that was donated to me was done on a live stream, so of course I'll just be using this for the foreseeable future, just purely because, you know, if someone donates it, they want to see it in a video, and it's a nice unusual, honestly. I like the Scotch one, it goes well with the bandana, and the snow sleeves as well, surprisingly. Onto my heavy, we have this Sunbeams Brown Bomber once again, about 900 keys, all class item, definitely can't go wrong with that. Just a strange Allfather with like 288 points, probably my go-to beard for most classes it can be worn on, I really do like it. And a strange snow sleeves, which I do occasionally use a gift bringer. I think the Giftbringer is quite cool, but I might put it on now. Yeah, that looks a lot better, honestly. But the snow sleeves, I don't know why I was using that, but this was donated to me on a live stream as well. A lot of things were donated to me, actually. I've had quite a fair few donations in my time because I used to stream like every day. This Pro Killstreak Australian Tomislav, so every time I play heavy, I will be using this. I actually really like the Tomislav. I think it's cool. Then I've got this festive sandwich in Strange. I got this in a trade with Flair ages ago. It's pretty cool, you know, festive sandwich. You can't really go wrong with that. It's just a sandwich wrapped up in Christmas wrapping paper with a little bow on it. And Strange Pro KS gloves are running urgently. I used to have Strange Pro KS festive ones, but I have specialized Killstreak ones now. I like the festive ones more, but obviously we got to get that Pro KS eye effect if we do ever get a Killstreak with the heavy. I have started playing heavy more recently, so even though the kills don't really show that, I do occasionally play heavy in my sort of spare time, so definitely like a cool weapon loadout in my opinion, and cosmetic wise I think it looks really cool, very winter themed. Onto the engineer now. This once again, this is another unusual that was donated. We have this Molten Mallard Barnstormer. I made a showcase on this ages ago, but the person that donated actually wanted me to make a showcase. And I mean, Molten Mallard's really cool. The Barnstormer goes perfectly with the Dogfighter and the Viking Braider, giving me this sort of like pilot look almost. And I really do like that. I've just got a Pro KS Widowmaker, the Pro KS Lugamore from earlier, and the Gunslinger. Not too sure why the Gunslinger's on. Generally, I will be using the Jag. There we go. I've got a Spec KS Jag. So generally that'll be the one I go to use. But again, I don't play a huge amount of NG. I never play any medic, but my loadout involves a Crusader's crossbow. Apparently it's like probably one of the best primaries for the medic. That's just what I've heard. I watched a Doomsday video about that, so you know, that's always cool. I've got a Medigun. I'm just using a default Strange one. I have a Kritzkrieg, I have a few like skinned versions, but I don't really use them a huge amount, so I've just got my Strange stock Medigun there. But as you can tell, I really don't play a lot of medic, and a Strange Pro KS Ubersaw with a whopping 2 kills on it, so that is really great there. Onto our sniper now. We have this Balloonicorn sniper, which was donated once again. A really awesome skin. It's in minimal wear. You can't really see it because I've got low textures on at the moment, but it's a really cool skin. Then I've got the double cross combined with the Sunbeams Brown Bomber and the Starduster, which actually gives me this really cool loadout. Like, these cosmetics together go so well. I've always liked the Starduster ever since its release, and with the double cross and the Brown Bomber as well, it definitely adds a really nice aesthetic. Then I've just got this Strange Festive Girate. I don't really play Sniper a huge amount, so not a huge amount of like strange things on it. And a Strange Specialized Killstreak Tribleman Shiv, which is generally my go-to weapon for the Sniper. So that's pretty cool. Do I have an unusual taunt for the Sniper? I thought I did. Okay, no, I don't. I have like most taunts in the game though. I don't think there's a huge amount of taunts that I don't have. If I can show you my taunts page, if I can, yeah, there we go. I don't know why there's a ref there, but generally, like, I'm fairly certain I have most of the taunts that are in the game. I've got all the all-class ones up the top and all the class-specific ones down the bottom. There is probably a few I'm missing out on that I've like traded away or something like that. But I mean, yeah, I've got all the taunts, so that's pretty dope. So onto our final loadout of the video now. We've got the Spy, once again, the Sunbeams Brown Bomber. I think the Hot Dogger, wait, no, that's not the Hot Dogger. I think the Hot Dogger does look pretty good on the Spy, honestly. I mean, I know it was a Scout hat exclusively and they made it all-class, but I think it looks pretty good on the Spy, honestly. But for now, I'll just use the Sunbeams Brown Bomber until we trade that away. Of course, the White Bruiser's bandana, which it does make it into most of my loadouts if I'm not using like a beard or anything like that. And the Rogue's Robe I just added when I crafted it, like quite a while ago. But I will generally be using a Strange Puffy Provocateur. So that's my, once again, a very winter-themed loadout. A lot of my loadouts are generally winter-themed, but I think just because I have a Brown Bomber, it's almost logical to do a winter-themed. In terms of weapons, I'm using a Diamondback at the moment. They do generally switch. I mean, I've got this Ambassador, Pro KS Enforcer. Like, I've got most pistols in like a Strange or like Pro KS form, so I will just alternate between those a lot. The knife, I don't know why I'm using the Your Eternal Reward, honestly. I have a Pro KS Spicicle, I have a Spec KS Kunai. I have like most knives, honestly, like in different sort of KS items and stuff. But generally I will use the kunai just because I enjoy. Is it a speed boost you get with it? I'm fairly certain it is. Yeah. No, you get the extra health with the kunai. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah, you get the extra health with the kunai. Just a Strange Inviswatch. I also have a Strange Dead Ringer and a Strange Cloak and Dagger. I've recently started using the cloak and dagger a bit more, just because I like just being able to stand there and invisible and not lose my cloak while everyone sort of runs past me. It's really great for getting information, but I'm using the Inviswatch at the moment. And a Strange Festive Sapper. I also have a Strange Snack Attack Strange Sapper, a spare Strange Festive Snapper, and a Strange Red Tape Recorder, so just about every Strange Sapper variation. And, ooh, a lot of my Spy Taunts have gone, so we'll just put that on. Put the High Five on and the Biolife. Let's just go with the Biolife. So that is all of my loadouts in the game. I know like a lot of them do involve the Brown Bomber, and I am looking on downgrading that eventually to get individual class hats, but I mean those are just sort of my go-to loadouts in the moment in terms of weapons and cosmetics. So I thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please do remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And that is just about it, guys. So thank you once again for watching, and peace.